Right now, the city leaders are giving an update on Friday's storms. Let's listen in.
They're valid, they're real, and I share them. Let me share what happened. The tornado warning was issued on 2:34 p.m. on Friday. Within minutes, a massive weather system had hit the ground and was decimating our neighborhoods. In those minutes between the warning and the time that we were experiencing a massive weather event, there was a failure, a human failure, a failure in protocol to get the sirens up and running, to let the community know that there was a massive weather event hitting our community. There was a failure of protocol. It was a human failure. This protocol was put in place in 2021. It was not exceptionally clear about whose roles and responsibilities it was to do what. It is now my responsibility and my role to ensure that moving forward, this protocol is crystal clear, and it is. This protocol is calling for our fire department, who is staffed 24 hours a day, to issue those warnings. And from this point forward, the fire department, with whom I have the utmost confidence, is going to be doing that work moving forward. But at the end of the day, this was a human failure. We know that our emergency management system also issued 317 direct messages to the community to let them know. Our sirens are designed to let people know who are outside to take shelter. But at the end of the day, this was a failure. Again, I'm taking full responsibility to make sure that moving forward, the protocol that is in place from this point forward is absolutely crystal clear, and our fire department will be moving forward with the role of making sure that that is deployed from this point forward.
Mayor, did any sirens go off?
We're still under evaluation. What I can tell you is that the sirens were not deployed in a way that they should be. They should have been.
So some went off, some didn't?
It's not exactly clear, okay, Mark, but I will tell you that there was a failure.
Does that mean someone just didn't push a button? Can you elaborate?
I believe that's exactly what happened, Mark. A button wasn't pushed, and the sirens were not deployed.
And whose
okay?
responsibility is
Again,
that?
the protocols were not crystal clear, and that is where the problem was. The problem was in the protocols. We are fixing that problem, and the protocols are crystal clear from this point forward. The fire department will be doing that. I have full confidence that our fire department and our chief is going to be able to do that moving forward.
Will you release the text of what protocols were in place at that time?
I don't see why we couldn't do that. I don't have the answer to that for you right now, Sean, but I don't see why not.
Just a bit confused here. Okay, you're saying it was unclear whether the fire department or EMS was, I don't mean EMS, emergency
Under
management.
which circumstances, yes, it was not crystal clear. We've made that crystal clear moving forward.
Who is supposed to take that responsibility? Like, who specifically?
Look, the buck stops with me moving forward. Okay, from this point forward, the buck stops with me. The protocol is crystal clear. Again, this was based on protocol that was put in place in 2021, which was not clear. We're making it clear from this point forward.
Do we know if any sirens went off?
Mark, I can't answer that right now. I don't want to be wrong. It's possible that someone off. At the end of the day, I'm calling this a failure.
How
okay?
many sirens do we have in the city, roughly?
I don't have the answer to that. We'll get that for you.
Thank you.
Anybody else have any questions?
Yeah, I want to ask about the National Guard. Governor
Yes.
Kehoe has said that there are no appropriate missions right now for the National Guard, but they're going to evaluate if missions in the near future are
Yes.
needed. From the mayor's standpoint, do you want the National Guard here?
Look, in order for the National Guard to be deployed here, it has to be a very specific ask. In order to make that specific ask, we had to do a full evaluation, an assessment of the needs. We are completing that as we speak. We had to get all sorts of information about what the needs really are. As we complete that, those direct and specific asks will be made, and they will be forthcoming, and we'll share them with you all as soon as we can. We are really waiting on FEMA, okay? And I have full confidence. I know our governor has been right by our side, has made that ask of our president, and we are hoping and praying, okay, that is made, that declaration is made.
Just to clarify, are you considering asking for the National Guard?
We are making that consideration, absolutely. It has to be. We are considering it, absolutely. Look, it has to be a very specific ask. You have to outline exactly what
decided yet.
we are outlining the needs and what and how we can deploy them.
Considering that there were fatalities here, I think it's fair to expect some families to be pretty upset that there wasn't a siren. Are there people in your administration being held accountable?
We are taking the appropriate steps at this point, Mark. Right now, our priority is ensuring that moving forward, the protocol under this leadership is crystal clear, and it is crystal clear as of this point forward. And I understand that our families are very hurt. They should be. We've lost lives, we've lost houses, we've had so many people injured. I absolutely hear you, and I can tell you that moving forward, we are all going to be we are accountable.
At this point, has anyone been disciplined?
We are still evaluating that, Mark.
What was the commissioner's direct responsibility during that time?
Look, let me just tell you, the protocol was not crystal clear, okay? The protocol needed to be crystal clear. It wasn't. It's clear as of right now. It is clear moving forward.
2 more questions. Can you elaborate on how it wasn't clear? Did it not name any organization that was supposed to, or did it name multiple organizations that were supposed
Under
to?
certain circumstances, it was. My point is, it wasn't crystal clear, okay? We'll share with you what we can, I promise.
We're hearing a lot from residents about when trash pickup and dumpsters are going to be put in neighborhoods, or if trucks are going to come along. Do we have any details on that yet?
Oh, that is going to be forthcoming. We hear that. We know that garbage is a consideration. That's why we've worked to make sure that our streets are cleared, and we're working on alleys now to make sure that we can get those dumpsters replaced. Our dumpsters are being deployed right now for tree removal, but we absolutely hear and see the need for other refuse removal. We are working on not just getting those dumpsters in place, but having dump sites so that we can start to accumulate the waste as we line up what and where in landfills that'll end up. Yeah. Thank you all.
I just, real briefly, we want to share that the curfew remains in effect tonight at 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. in police districts 5 and 6. That is going to continue until further notice. The mayor's office is evaluating that along with police and fire officials each day. We also want to remind folks that we have more strong to severe thunderstorms coming in tonight. Please make sure that you have multiple ways to receive severe weather alerts on your phone or through Notify STL. If you are in the impacted tornado area, you should make sure that you have alternative methods of seeking shelter. We do not know the stability of some of those standing structures that were in the tornado affected area. So make sure that you follow both the police department, fire department, and the city of St. Louis's social media accounts for further updates, okay?
Has the curfew been in effect?
City leaders giving an update on the storm response. Mayor Cara Spencer saying human failure was the reason that the sirens did not go off. And that's when the storms hit Friday night. Apparently, the sirens did not go off, so people did not know how dangerous the situation was. And the mayor says the protocol wasn't as clear as it could be, and now moving forward, that's going to change. The fire department now in charge of that.
And they are waiting for FEMA also. Hopefully will arrive in the next couple of days. And considering, she says it has to be very specific when it comes to the National Guard as well. So we will keep you updated. We'll have more on this later on 5 on Your Side and on 5+ streaming app.